to this ring? Give me a hell yeah!
Lots going on in professional wrestling this week. I'm WB Ward, and alongside of me is...
the Chip Douglas.
Hey! Glad to be back inside of your computer on this weekly episode of SCI Wrestling.
You got it right. Good job. Yeah. Good job. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold the phones.
No, I just had to go up and throw a switch. I'd rather fight than switch instead of this time this morning.
That's true.
For people listening, we're in a studio that, when the central air kicks on, it makes this sound like a lion in the background, and I forgot to turn it off.
Yeah, it's the air, not the airplanes.
Yeah. Well, that's the great thing about recording this thing live, and for those of you who may possibly be interested in why, oh my God knows, but what's one thing we Chip and I agreed on a long time ago, we were going to record this, but we were recording it live. So if there's a screw up, there's a screw up, and that's all there is to it, and we just go on and live with it because we're professionals.
Exactly, like the format sheets.
Okay, why don't you? You forgot to write. You forgot to bring your homework.
I forget to write it. I just forgot to bring it.
Yeah, well, yeah, the dog ate it.
Yeah.
Is this a continuation of your high school?
What's going to be really interesting is they're actually at my work and they're on my desk. And so when my boss walks by my desk and sees the wrestling format sheets, he's going to know what's up.
Oh, no. Okay.
I always got a great radio show future ahead of me.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. And speaking of that, just so we can keep that career going, remind us of the Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because it looks like I'll need more followers and supporters. Twitter, SCI_wrestling, Facebook, Squared Circle Insider Wrestling, and you can listen to us on YouTube at SCI Wrestling. Also, soon to come in the next week or two, our official blogspot type website.
Ooh.
So that we can use it as a hostess for our iTunes episodes as well.
Did we get a thesaurus for Christmas?
A what?
Never mind.
Okay.
Okay. I've always wanted to. One thing I like about this show is we can always do an upbeat. Do an upbeat show and something very positive. So That being said, who died? What a transition.
Yeah, I know. Anniversary deaths. We actually, we usually don't do these, but these were two that I've really enjoyed, and especially one of them. The other one I've most recently, the past 5-6 years, gotten really a big fan of. On the 16th, which I believe was yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, yesterday.
Day before yesterday.
Day before. Yeah, today's the 18th. So 16th was the anniversary death of Bruiser Brody.
Oh, now you talk about a true icon in the entertainment industry. This guy would definitely fit that mold.
Did you ever have? I know he was in WCCW for a little bit. Did you have any run-ins with him?
No, I didn't, and that's one regret that I have. I never got to meet Mr. Brody, and I bet you he was just incredible. I heard some good things about him.
Yeah, I mean, he was a true big guy, big, strong. Just one of those guys that you did not want to meet in a back alley.
No.
And it's unfortunate, the way he passed away.
How did he die?
He actually got stabbed
Ooh.
in a locker room in Puerto Rico.
Oh, I seem to remember hearing about that. Yeah, that's not a pleasant way to go.
And he was stabbed by a fellow wrestler who got, there wasn't enough evidence, so he actually got off with the murder.
Do you know who that was?
I don't. I had it on the format sheet. I don't remember the wrestler's name. It wasn't anyone too famous.
Okay.
Tony Atlas actually does a really cool shoot interview that's on YouTube. He was actually in Puerto Rico, and he was, I think, one of the first ones to find Bruiser Brody when it happened.
Wow.
So he had a really cool story, and he gives his opinion on to why that was that he was murdered. So very sad. Definitely take him for his time.
Yes.
He was 42 years old. So he had plenty of years left in the tank. So it's sad to see that. And then yesterday was the anniversary death of a fabulous freebird, Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
Now this guy I met.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
this
you
guy
have
I
met
worked
him.
with. Yes.
Any stories?
No, not really. But other than he treated me like crap.
Oh, he did?
Well, I mean, he and the other two freebirds.
Yeah. Michael PSAs.
They were pretty much at the time, they were pretty much prima donnas.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, he was a great performer.
I don't want to take anything away from his performance.
Yeah, he was a great performer, kind of like the Bruiser Brody type.
Yes.
Real big, strong guy that you don't want to meet in the back alley, and really presented that type of vibe in his wrestling matches. Huge in Japan, huge here in America. And actually, I didn't know this, but his son was recently, about 4 years ago, in WWE.
Really?
Do you remember Jesse and Festus?
Yeah.
Jesse was his son.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that either till today.
Between the two of them, I would have thought Festus would have been related.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know who Festus is, Luke Gallows, who I absolutely love. But, yeah, Jesse, he's like 5'10". Terry Gordy was 6'6". So it was pretty easy to tell that how we could miss that one.
Yeah. And I guess, if you would have sold those two walking side by side, they'd look like the number 10.
It looked like that movie Twins.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, my personal opinion of Mr. Gordy aside, he was truly a giant in the industry and a very talented man. He truly was. Okay, very quickly here, what is this about the Ultimate Warrior?
Oh, multiple sources. Well, first of all, he has made an agreement to go back to WWE for the video game WWE 14, but there's been rumors, and he's been on record to say that he wouldn't mind going back to WWE to do a wrestling match with Vince McMahon.
I don't know if I'd like that.
You don't?
No. I was a semi-Warrior fan, but I'm kind of worried about the age factor in here. With Vince, you kind of learn to take that and love it. But with a Warrior, I don't know if that will work.
Right. Well, we'll see. It'd be interesting to see.
We got a brand new place for wrestlers to become wrestlers. The WWE Performance Center has opened up. This place is incredible. And I tell you what, we're running so short on time. Let me go ahead and do a week tease on this, because we really need to treat this thing with some a little bit of time. So let's put this off for next week, because this is a new facility, and it's a groundbreaking facility. Nothing like it has ever existed. And I've been in some training centers before, and man, I drooled when I saw what they were offering their up and coming stars. Okay, we had a big pay-per-view happen over the weekend. We're going to be recapping all the results of that and more. It was from the Money in the Bank. That was a dynamite show. It was a great performance. So stick around. We're going to cover that and more on this week's SCI Wrestling.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck for Dave 2037 so he can buy anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman. What are you getting Steve 2037?
Steve 2037 will be just fine.
Well, okay, but don't expect to borrow my anti-gravity boots.
Save something for the future. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
If you enjoy Ward's Daily Almanac on the radio, chances are you'd love Ward's Daily Almanac in book form. And WB is working on this, but needs your help. To donate, search for Ward's Daily Almanac on Kickstarter.com or go to WBWard.com and click on the word Kickstarter. There you can watch a video about the project and learn about great rewards for giving. That's Kickstarter.com and search for Ward's Daily Almanac or WBWard.com and click Kickstarter.
Money, 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 money.
Oh, man, a big pay-per-view over the weekend. Sunday night, actually, is Money in the Bank. Give me that. Money, 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 money. I love that. I love that song. I love that song.
The only thing that I don't enjoy about it is the fact that every time I hear it,
yeah,
I'm believing that Shane McMahon's going to walk out.
No, that's true.
Because it is very close to his theme music. I know you couldn't stand him.
No.
But I enjoyed his work.
Okay.
Oh, we forgot the tweet of the week.
Well, yeah, let's digress a little bit before we get into the...
Okay, all right, it's real quick. It has nothing to do with the wrestling related, but except for it comes from the Iron Sheik.
Okay.
He does hashtag Obamacare or hashtag don't give a F care.
Yeah, that's the Iron Sheik.
Yeah, that's the Iron Sheik for you. Thank you, Mr. Sheik.
Okay, and it's an opinion I'm sure that is shared by many. Okay. MIB, and I don't mean the Men in Black, Money in the Bank was perhaps. Now I didn't see the show in its entirety. I saw some of the updates and stuff like that. But from what I could tell, this looked like it was one heck of a show.
Oh, damn good pay-per-view.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Not all of it. I was able to catch some of the matches on a website.
Now, whenever they, with professional wrestling being the show that it is, whenever actual injuries come out of these things, and I hate to say this, but that means that must have been a really good show, because the injuries are not supposed to happen, but they do happen at times. And this one certainly had some injuries come out of it.
Absolutely. I mean, and I tweeted this past week that it's a good thing they don't do these type of pay-per-views all the time, or their roster would be depleted. We would be relying on primetime players to be main event players.
Now, what was this about Randy Orton? What happened to him?
Randy Orton, this didn't happen at Money in the Bank.
That's true. This happened on the Tuesday night taping of SmackDown.
Yeah, he got injured. Apparently, it was from a kick to the head to Del Rio, which we'll see on Friday. Mm-hmm. But the tweet that I read is that he's fine. He tweeted out something that, just part of the game, that he's just fine. But other injuries, CM Punk had to get staples in his head.
Like 9 staples?
Yeah. I mean, it was ridiculous. Someone else had to get staples too. Cody Rhodes had to get staples too. Christian was banged up. RVD was banged up.
Now, when you're talking staples, for those of you who are informed of wrestling, you've probably heard of a term called juicing. Juicing would never require staples. If it's done properly, you might need a stitch or two, and that's it. But anytime I hear of an injury of where a guy is getting like 9 staples in his head, this is something fairly serious, and this was definitely not anything planned.
Oh, no. I mean, this was a ladder to the back of the head, and it cracked his head open.
Yeah. When you're yielding something like a big 12-foot ladder, it's very simple to misjudge a swing or something like that, and things like this can. And of course, the
normal people out there that don't watch wrestling, they assume, oh well, those are fake ladders. Listen, we have 6 men that are well over 200 pounds, some over 300 pounds, that have to climb up these things. Do you really think they're going to use anything cheap? Because they can't. I mean, these guys have to climb up these damn things.
No, these are household ladders, and from what I hear, they just scour the local stores before time. They'll send out a team of people to get the ladders out. They're just buying them at places like Home Depot and Walmart and stuff like that. So these are the same ladders that you'll be using outside of your house.
Jeez.
Except they're using them as weapons. So the show or not, listen, folks, this stuff is dangerous to do, and they mean what they say at the beginning of the shows when they say don't do this at home. And I just really can't get over all these morons who go into their backyard and start tossing each other off the garage and onto ladders and stuff. This is just idiocy.
You're robbing me of my teenage childhood.
I know. We all went through a moronic stage. One of these days you will outgrow yours.
10 years later, I still want to be thrown off a garage.
Okay. Well, we can arrange something.
I'm sure we could.
Okay. Now, injuries aside, let's see. Oh, were there any other injuries to report on?
There was a big one about Sheamus, but apparently he's fine.
Oh, okay. All right, good. Yeah, now, any injury Sheamus would be a big one, but
I wouldn't miss him.
Excuse me. Yeah, I know. You feel about Sheamus about the same way I feel about Sean. Not Sean. Gosh, the little McMahon.
Oh, Shane.
Shane. Yeah. Okay. Now, Money in the Bank won by a guy I like, and you were surprised to find out that I like him, and that was Sandow.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't like his ring music.
Oh, yeah. And that was a surprise one. That's not one I'm going to disagree with.
Wait a minute. How were you surprised by that?
I didn't see him winning it.
Well, I don't know if I can't say that I'm surprised that he won. But the one thing I really expected to see was a split between him and Cody Rhodes. Yeah, I mean,
he got it right.
No, I said Rody Codes.
Oh, yeah.
I transposed the consonants.
And this is CSI Wrestling. Yes. And I thought it was really well done. I'm really excited to see the feud.
I got it backwards.
That Sandow and Rhodes are going to have. Obviously, they're going to turn Rhodes face and let him be a face now. Yeah. I'm excited to see the feud. I think it was very tastefully done. He wasn't someone that I expected to win. I think I predicted. Oh geez, I don't remember who I predicted now.
You predicted Christian.
No, not that one.
I think you did.
I didn't. He wasn't in that one.
Wasn't he?
No, that's the bad guy one. That's about bad
Okay.
one. I can't remember.
Okay, that's
one.
right.
Either way, I know I didn't pick Sandow. That's for sure. So that was a good surprise for me.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, Mark Henry against John Cena.
Oh God, it happened just like we thought.
Well, yeah, and I saw this happening too about Mark Henry doing a flip to a face.
Did you see that coming?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As soon as I started seeing the fan response, the house response to Henry when he pulled the wool over everybody's eyes.
That's true.
I really couldn't think that they would do anything else other than turn him back into a face.
Right.
And besides, he's had run-ins with the Shield before anyway.
Right.
So they were actually perfectly set up for this.
Because at first I was very disappointed. You know, the fact that Mark Henry had to lose, thought that he should have won. But it's Super Cena had to prevail. But it was really good to see him on Raw. You know, I thought his promo, I was kind of like, oh God, really? But then the Shield came out, totally redeemed the segment for me, and now I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do with Mark Henry and the Shield. You
know, the one thing that I do like about this particular pay-per-view is, within my humble opinion, it's kind of putting things back in the WWE universe in a manner that I believe they should have been to begin with. I think a few of the storylines had kind of lost their way a little bit, and they had the characters doing things that I thought were totally out of character. Now things are getting back into a place that I think should be. Like, for instance, forgive me for backtracking a little bit, the bit about the division between Sandow and Cody Rhodes going on. Cody, I never bought as a heel. As long as he's been a heel, I'm sorry, just wouldn't get it. And it looks like Cody's doing a flip over to a face right now, and I think in that manner of performing, he's going to be a little bit more believable as a performer than he has been as a heel, and I think he's going to be coming out as a much larger personality than what he was. Sandow, on the other side, I think is also going to be further enhanced by in his heel status. And I don't know. Are you familiar with the ventriloquist that has the Ahmed, the dead terrorist puppet?
Yeah,
every time I see Sandow come out, I think of that, because he yells.
That look.
Yeah, he does, and then he yells that silence.
Yeah.
And I almost expect to hear, I'm going to kill you. Yeah. I almost expect to hear that right after that. And I think that's one thing I like about Sandow, is he does have this animated bit about him. I just wish he'd change that damn ring music that he has.
I know you don't like it.
No, I think that's pretty sacrilegious.
Yeah. But speaking of Cena, since we were on that topic, he was given a golden opportunity on SummerSlam by Brad Maddox, the new general manager, to pick his opponent for SummerSlam. And for Raw to be in Brooklyn, New York, I think it was pretty obvious who the choice was going to be.
Yeah, I know, and that really depressed me.
What?
It did.
How?
I like Daniel Bryan.
Sacrilege. What are you talking about?
I like Daniel Bryan. I like him. I've always thought he was a great performer. Now that he's grown the beard, I think that's a great gimmick. But it just depressed me because I saw him making out with one of the Bella twins, and that just.
I told you.
I know, but to see them swapping spit with him was just depressing.
Well, either way.
It's got to be like making love to a Brillo pad.
We're not going to go there. I just consider the man double lucky.
I'll say.
But I thought it was absolutely beautifully done. Mm-hmm. I don't give John Cena a whole lot of credit on anything, except for I do respect him and what he's done. But the way he built that crowd was absolutely incredible.
So what is your idea of the outcome of SummerSlam between them?
Brian. This is the summer of Brian.
There's a large part of me that really wants to agree with you, but I'm gonna withhold prediction on that just yet. I think it may be a little.
Well, of course, we'll do a huge SummerSlam prediction show. Sure. But yeah, right now, early on, I'm saying Brian. I mean, God, was he over? Jeez, 15,000 people screaming yes. I mean, that was just amazing. I love it. I would just.
He's really working with the audience.
He's working with the audience
especially up there.
Well. He's clicking.
Especially in that part of the country.
He is the most over superstar they have right now. Over CM Punk.
I would add one other name to that list.
Oh, God. Who? The Usos?
No, the new guys they just brought in.
Oh, the Wyatt family?
The Wyatt family. Yeah, I think they're going to be the next big thing.
And I agree, but they're not Daniel Bryan level right now.
Not yet. But I think in a very short while, I think they're probably going to overtake that. Quite frankly, I think their absence from the Money in the Bank, or at least I haven't seen any mention of them in any of the recaps that I've seen.
They weren't there.
I think that was a big mistake.
And that's and going to the next match. We're going to go to the All-Star Money Bank, which Randy Orton won. That was actually one of my disappointments because I thought WWE had a very creative moment at that time of the Wyatt family beating up Kane. Kane was out of the Money in the Bank match. Why not substitute somebody? Yeah. I tweeted out that my opinion and my prediction was Bray Wyatt was going to be the replacement.
Yeah. And the fact that they weren't there kind of makes me wonder what the hell were they thinking?
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that they didn't replace Kane with nobody. I mean, what a prime opportunity to get someone over. I mean, replace him with somebody. I mean, I think Bray Wyatt would have been the ideal candidate.
Yeah.
But for them not to include anyone, come on.
I can't wait to see what the connection is between the Wyatt family and Kane. They're obviously setting up something there. I wonder if they're going to discover that Kane is somehow related to the Wyatts or was once owned by the Wyatts or just what the deal is with that.
Well, early rumors were that the buildup was going to be Undertaker coming back for SummerSlam for the team up with Kane against the Shield or Wyatt family. Right now, it doesn't look like Undertaker's going to happen. So it's going to be very interesting to see where they're going to go with this.
Undertaker's not going to happen in SummerSlam?
Yeah, unfortunately. Dave Meltzer, Wrestling Observer, put out an article saying that Undertaker, recently had surgery. And so he looks like he will not be participating in SummerSlam.
I hope this doesn't do anything about a possible deletion from WrestleMania.
Man, I think even if that guy was in a wheelchair, I think he would still make it to WrestleMania.
Yeah,
as of right now, WrestleMania is still on.
Because the one thing that I would hate more than anything on the WrestleMania is that they have to end the streak without him losing to anybody. I think he should lose to somebody to end the streak, just to bring closure to it, because
and put someone over.
Otherwise, the sentence has been written with no closing punctuation on it. So that was well said.
That was well said,
wasn't it?
Well said. So Randy Orton won the Money in the Bank All-Star match. Once again, not someone that I predicted. I predicted Daniel Bryan. I was close. Daniel Bryan ended up becoming the bigger winner the next night on Raw.
Yes,
but I thought this was actually well done. I mean, we both knew that CM Punk wasn't going to win because of obvious reasons. But Randy Orton winning, I liked it. I think this is setting up for a heel turn down the line. So because he did come out in Raw, he gave the promo to Cena that I'm going to strike when you don't expect it. So you can expect that to be some kind of heel turn.
I'm hoping. I am hoping because Daniel Bryan makes a great heel. And
No. Randy Orton. I'm talking about.
Wait a minute. Am I getting things confused here?
Yeah.
But I still think Daniel Bryan makes a good heel.
Better face.
Yeah. What?
Do you disagree?
No, I do disagree. I think he makes a better heel than he does a face.
Oh, you're on drugs. You've eaten poppy seeds on the bagel, haven't you?
No, if he's making out with the Bella twins, he needs to be a heel. I mean, he's a bad guy right off the bat.
He's a fan of my book.
Now, I don't want anybody listening to not misunderstand me.
If a guy that looks like that can get a girl that looks like that, that gives more hope to both of us.
Well, no, that's true. Now, I got to grant you that, but
Props.
I'm a hell of a lot better looking than Daniel Bryan. My beard is nowhere near as long, but I'm just a lot better looking than that guy. Okay.
Folks, please visit WB Ward Facebook and Twitter page, and you'll see a very classier version of George Lucas.
Yeah, a very poorer version of George Lucas. But yes, no, am I better than looking than Daniel Bryan? Yes. But I am not luckier than Daniel Bryan. No.
So, Randy Orton, did you like it?
Yeah. That's what you call your lack of enthusiasm.
Would you have someone else won?
Yeah, I really would have.
You had Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Christian, Sheamus, RVD.
Well, because
I think you predicted RVD, actually.
Yeah, I did. But I think because of what they have coming up between Cena and Bryan now, a logical win would have been Daniel Bryan.
And that's where I kind of disagree, because now they were able to build off SummerSlam, Daniel Bryan with John Cena, but still have the question of a Money in the Bank being cashed in the back of your mind.
Chip, you ignorant slut.
What?
I'm sorry. I just always wanted to use that line. It's my favorite Saturday Night Live line.
Who'd that come from?
Saturday? That was gosh, it was a male-female thing. It was just a satire of news programs.
Oh, it was like their mock news type.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jane, you ignorant slut. That was the line. I've always thought that was a classy line.
That was a good line.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I mentioned to you about things are getting back where they should be in the WWE universe. And our next item on our list of our all-time hit parade here is a classic example of that. The idea between CM Punk, Paul Heyman, and Lesnar, I think right now is where this line should have been a long time ago.
Really?
Yes. Because CM Punk, we're getting back to the heel face argument. CM Punk makes a better face than he did a heel, but only under the guise of being the bad guy everybody loves.
Right.
Kind of
Stone Cold.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, just like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's a bad guy, but he was still a hero to a lot of people, kind of like a dark hero.
Right.
But CM Punk definitely fits in that category. And to have Heyman turn on CM Punk or CM Punk turn on Heyman, either way, it didn't matter to me which way that went. In this case, it was CM Punk turning on Heyman turning on Punk. I think this is, I was in heaven.
Oh, it was beautiful.
I was in absolute heaven.
This is the promo that I've been waiting for. Now you said that they should have done it earlier.
I believe so. I think they should have done this a long time ago.
See, I disagree. I actually think they should wait.
Well, you see, I thought that this should have happened when he first brought out Lesnar.
The Paul Heyman heel turn, I think, was at the perfect timing. But I think that they should do SummerSlam, CM Punk, Curtis Axel, instead of CM Punk.
Oh, no. Oh, hell no.
It gets Curtis Axel a chance to get over.
Yeah, well, that ain't going to happen.
Hey, CM Punk could probably do it.
Okay, you watched Raw Monday night?
Yeah.
How many times did you even hear them mention Axel's name?
Boy, not very often.
How about none?
3 hours, a long show.
Out of a 3-hour show, they didn't even mention his name.
Wow.
I think Axel is history, and just like, and I'm really sorry to say this, just like Brodus Clay.
Yeah.
I think those are two characters. If they come back at all, it's going to be very, very minimal, and you're going to see some major storylines in both of those characters.
And of course, here in the coming weeks, because there's so many guys that WWE are just swinging and missing on, and of course, here in a couple of weeks, we're going to do kind of a different segment of what we would do differently, or pick a wrestler and book them the way that we think they should be booked.
Now, with this new training center that they have, I don't see either one of those gentlemen becoming fired or dismissed or losing their contracts. More than likely, they're going to send them down there to either do training or even possibly retraining for themselves, if they're not, in fact, you're just instructing other upcoming wrestlers.
I don't think so.
You don't?
I don't. Right now, the developmental is at the best that it could be. I think they're trying to move through veteran wrestlers to be able to bring more young guys in here. You had the Shield. All three of those guys came from the developmental that they have. Mm-hmm. The three Wyatt families, they never worked together before. Heck, Bray Wyatt himself was Husky Harris in NXT. They send developmental, remade them, be able to do the Wyatt family. It's going to be huge. It's already over. And now they have a lot of other developmental guys that I watch NXT. There's a couple of guys that I really enjoy. Adrian Neville, is down there, and I can't remember his actual character name, but he was El Generico on the independent circuits. Mm-hmm. They took the mask on him. He's very talented. It's very exciting to see what they're going to do with developmental.
Well, if they do send those down there to the developmental center, then they're going to have a good faculty on their hands.
Oh, geez, yeah.
So, this is really good because in that respect, it's an absolute no-lose situation for the WWE, and even better, it's a no-lose situation for the WWE audience.
And they talked about Hall of Fame location being in the same area.
They should. Yeah, that would make perfect sense. That would make perfect sense. And talk about a tourist attraction.
Oh, geez, they talked about doing a 4D images, so that way you can go in there and actually face Andre the Giant in 4D.
Man, I tell you what, this has been the absolute fastest 30 minutes I think I've ever experienced outside of a date I had a few months ago.
But it was actually 10 minutes.
Well, it was 10. Maybe it was 10 minutes that seemed like 30, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah, there you go.
But be sure to join us next week for more updates for you right here on SCI Wrestling.